Alright, today we're going to be using the lane shark to trim some trees behind me here. Got some trees back here that the branches are pretty low, so I can't drive the tractor underneath, and I can't really mow underneath there, so we're going to go ahead and trim them up. There's a better view of the trees there. Got quite a few of them out here in this field, and it kind of makes it difficult to mow underneath, at least close to them. So we got the lane shark here adjusted in the vertical position, and we're going to work our way around these and trim down the underlying branches, and then have the brush hog on the back. It'll be running also, so when the branches fall down we'll be able to mulch those up, hopefully. Well, I did a fairly good job of trimming them up. I still probably want a good look to it. Need to come back in and trim up all those stub sticking out. It's not a finished cutter and never was intended, so if we want a good look, we'll just, it's easier now. You don't have a big old branch to deal with. Just cut those off with the chainsaw. But a lot more room underneath here to work with the tractor. So that's what we're looking for, is able to drive underneath without being beat up, busting the window or anything like that. I was hoping I'd be able to mulch up the limbs, but they're a little bit larger than we'll get sucked up into that thing. So we'll have to come back down with the truck and pick up the limbs. But at least we can drive underneath these trees now and not beating everything up. A little bit more over here on the side to do. I'll work on those, and then there's also some cherry trees along the edge of the field. I got to trim off the branches because they're kind of sticking out, and won't be able to mow all the way to the edge. So that cleaned up the fence line here pretty good, or at least the edge of the field. Even managed to find an apple tree that I didn't know about. Starting to get some apples on it there. Anyway, gained back at least 10 feet at the field up here because these cherry trees are just sticking over so much. Now I'm able to drive underneath here and not get all beat up and get some all up there out of the way. With the smaller stuff, I was actually able to chop it up with brush hog better. There's still some limbs here on the ground, but not so bad. The smaller limbs and stuff go through it better. Even trimmed up this tree over here. I can drive underneath it. Didn't really need a trim between them because I'm not really driving between them. And I'll wait for some of these other ones to grow up a little bit more before I start trimming on them. But, yeah. Went all the way up through there and cut her back a little bit. This will be another area that we work on more. Try to clear it out. It's kind of another swamp, wetland back in there, overgrown. Started in there a little bit when I had the brush grapple going, but we'll try to see how that lane shark works to get these blackberries tamed down and see what it's like in there. Ideally, if I can get that cleaned out, maybe put a pond in there. But that is a far future plan. Right now we're just kind of maintaining what we got and reclaiming some of the stuff.